All right, we're back for the third league of the day, and we rolled into Goblins. Now, there's lots of different ways to build Goblins. You can build it with the name sticker Goblin. You can build it as more of a D&T style deck with Aether Vials and playing a grindy game. You can play it as a more rampy combo-esque version with Ancient Tombs and Chrome Moxes. Some versions play Chalice of the Void. You can run the Snoop combo. So this version is the more grindy D&T style version. So we've got Aether Vials, Rishadan Ports, and Wastelands. Then black-red mana base aside from that, including a 1 of green tutor target for sideboarding. So aside from the Aether Vials, there is Goblin Lackey, which when it damages the opponent, you get to put a Goblin permanent from your hand onto the battlefield. More on that later. Skirk Prospector to add mana, which is good for any Goblin that is either going to die via removal or with Mogg War Marshal. You then, of course, have Mogg War Marshal. Enters, make a 1/1, Echo 2, and then when it dies, you make a 1/1. So it pairs up nicely with Skirk Prospector. You've got Runevelt Horde Master as a Lord, that whenever one of your Goblins dies, you exile the top and basically impulse draw it if it's a Goblin, which can also pair with Skirk Prospector. 1 of Pile Driver for the blue decks and just for getting in a bunch of damage. Then you've got the suite of removal creatures, which includes Munitions Expert, Sting Scourger to bounce stuff, and this one also has Echo, and Crater Maker for colorless stuff, or just to shock things. Up here, Goblin Matron to tutor for other goblins, a Goblin Sharpshooter to kill all the X1s in case Bowmasters didn't do that well enough already. Squee Dubious Monarch as this deck's version of Rabblemaster. And then 2 Goblin War Chiefs, which reduce the cost of goblins and give all of your goblins haste. We also have Twin Shot Sniper as a Flame Tongue Kavu-esque goblin that can also be channeled to shock things. Goblin Ringleader to refill the handful of goblins, and then Sling Gang Lieutenant to get a bunch of damage in on the opponent, as well as Pashlik Mons for the same reason. And then, of course, on the top end, Muxus Goblin Grandee, 6 mana 4/4, ETB, reveal the top 6, put all the goblins that cost 5 or less among them onto the battlefield, and whenever it attacks, it gets +1 for each other goblin. So that's the main deck. Obvious benefits are you can potentially stack your opponent. The deck is hard to counter because it has Cavern of Souls and Aether Vial. Sideboard, Mindbreak Trap for Storm, because this deck can't beat Storm main deck usually unless you just have a turbo fast start. Planar Void for graveyards, and it specifically has to be Planar Void and not Leyline of the Void because Goblin Sharpshooter triggers on creatures dying, so if you're trying to kill your opponent's creatures and then have it untap, you need them to actually hit the graveyard, thus the Planar Void. 2 copies of Pyro and Red Blast for the blue matchups. Goblin Trash Master for the artifact decks. Pyrokinesis for opposing cheap creature decks, e.g. Elves. 1 Masked Vandal, which because it's a shapeshifter makes it a goblin, which means it's tutorable off of Matron and can also answer the artifact and enchantment decks. Also importantly, it exiles the card, so that's important for things like Kaldra. And then 1 Void Mirror, again for combo decks that are going to play a bunch of stuff without paying for them. So that is Goblins. Let's go ahead and jump into the third and final league of the day. Round 1 on the draw. This hand is very stacksy, but if Wasteland or Rishadan Port are not effective here, then the hand's just not good. And the only 2 spells in the hand are also incredibly slow. I'm going to mull this. This hand's also not very good, but I don't want to go to 5. So let's keep and bin. I don't have anything in the deck that I can't cast with Cavern of Souls, right? Yeah, all right, so I can get rid of Badlands. All right, what are we up against? Volcanic Island. I'm very, very inclined to just Wasteland this, because we have nothing else going on. All right, Wasteland, upkeep, kill this. All right, Odawara. All right, Cavern of Souls named Goblin. Play Goblin Lackey. Brainstorm. No other land, so they're Brainstorm locked. All right, so let's start porting them. So Rishadan Port, go to combat, swing with Lackey, trigger, put Twin Shot Sniper into play, shoot them, and then pass and then port their Odawara and upkeep. Tap this. Ancient Tomb. All right, so is this 8 cast, but with Volcanic Island? No, it's Show and Tell. It's got to be Show and Tell, right? So Cavern, naming Goblin, go to combat, swing, swing. I don't think I can afford to play anything because I need to port their Ancient Tomb. So Lackey trigger, let's put Pile Driver in since it's the thing that kills them the fastest. All right, so they are conceding to that. So let's see, Show and Tell. So we want all our blasts. Void Mirror can what? If they have Omniscience in play, it prevents them from free casting stuff. We can also potentially, when they show and tell, just put Masked Vandal into play, although it's unlikely we'll have a creature in the graveyard. And Mindbreak Trap is not really good because all they need to do is resolve one show and tell or one... I guess like if they're casting... So they go like show and tell, put Omniscience into play, cast something, but we can just die off the second spell. So doesn't strike me as great. Let's see what's bad. Munitions Expert is never going to kill anything. Sting Scourge or bouncing stuff basically doesn't matter. It's a creature, right? Not a permanent. Yeah. Let's see. Crater Maker only blows up colorless non-lands, so that's useless. We never need to shock anything with Twin Shot Sniper. So yeah, pretty much that. All right, submit. We do have Port. We do have... Yeah, I guess this is fine. Keep. Opponent mulls to 5. Scalding Tarn. All right, play a Mountain and pass. Misty Rainforest. All right, well, since they're fetching, I can't port them. All right, let's get Runedvelt into play. I mean, we're just dead to a show and tell, so like, well, let's just go for it. Ancient Tomb, fetch, Volcanic Island, fetch, Volcanic Island, Sneak Attack. At least they can't activate it this turn. Now I really wish I'd played War Marshal last turn. I was thinking about whether I should play War Marshal into Masked Vandal, but I figured like if they just show and tell in and then win the game. So I can't, they have double red sources, so I can't stop both of them. I have no way of getting a creature into my graveyard this turn. What is the best course of action here? I don't even know. Let's see, if they sneak attack in Emrakul, then I can use what? Wog War Marshal to pay for some of that? That gets me what? 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I still have I have exactly 6 permanents in that case. Yeah, if they sneak attack in an Emrakul, we just lose. So I guess what's the other option? They just don't have a giant threat in their hand, and I managed to port them on upkeep. All right, let's blow up one of them, and then play War Marshal. Combat, swing. Well, it doesn't matter. They have a bunch of extra mana anyway. So do they have the threat? Sneak attack. Atraxa. They revealed Atraxa, Archon, Vesuvan Drifter, Brainstorm Ponder, Archon, Grafdigger's Cage. Oh, they just have Emrakul. All right, we're dead. Yeah. You don't have to keep going, dude. You got it. Yeah, let's just run this back. All right, we're on the play. Okay, we've got Blast in hand at least. We've got also Goblin Lackey on turn 1, so we're keeping. Opponent mulls to 6. All right, Cavern, name Goblin, cast Lackey, and then over to them. There was also the option to play Skirk so that I could potentially hold up Pyroblast in case they did it on turn 1, but if they're going to do it on turn 1, then we're probably dead. Lotus Petal. All right, play Badlands, go to combat, swing, so trigger, and I think we want to put Matron in and go grab Muxus. Trigger, it's that or Masked Vandal, in case they try to show and tell in Omniscience, but I think just trying to kill them as fast as possible is probably the best option. So let me think, if they untap and they go show and tell, then we go blast it in response. Yeah, maybe I am supposed to grab Masked Vandal. All right, let's grab Masked Vandal. And then let's play Skirk, and then, yeah, over to them. Fetch, Volcanic Island, Trinisphere. Okay. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Go to combat, swing with everything. So, I guess it's probably worth it to get rid of that. Because if I don't, well, I can Pyroblast them back. Yeah, you know what, that's fine. Ringleader, trigger. We only revealed one thing, eh? Yeah, just hold open Pyroblast. That also cripples them too, because if they try to cast like Force of Will to keep their thing safe, then then they can't cast it. Ancient Tomb. No, not doing anything? All right. I guess they're going to wait till they can sneak attack and activate it immediately. All right, back to us. Another Lackey, eh? If I play Runedvelt... Well, they're dead in 2 hits, right? So let's just... I have to sack a creature in order to play Runedvelt. So let's just go to combat. Swing all. Trigger. Put Runedvelt into play, I guess. Or War Marshal. Yeah, put War Marshal into play. All right, trigger that. And just pass to them. If they have sneak attack, another land... sneak attack in a thing that kills us, then so be it. Vesuvan Drifter. All right, so we just Pyroblast that. Red, colorless, sack War Marshal, and then they can't play anything else. All right, we won. Yeah, I don't know about the Trinisphere there. That was kind of dubious. Definitely a misplay when you have multiple ways to put things into play for free. Like, not only that, we have Goblin Lackey and Aether Vial, which put stuff into play for free. We've got Skirk Prospector that pays through it. We've got Rishadenport and Wasteland to take them off of mana. Like, I don't think that made any sense. All right, this is good. We are on the draw. What are we playing against? Island. Is it better to get Lackey into play on turn 1 or Aether Vial into play? Oh, Aether Vial into play. All right, port, Aether Vial, Lorien reveals cycle, reveals Volcanic Island. All right, and then daze. All right, thankfully this cavern's going to put in work. So I assume this is Delver. Cavern, name Goblin, and then let's run out Rune Develop. I know Lackey's the higher upside, but if I play Lackey next, if this dies, it's fine. And like if I have Lackey next turn, I can go Lackey and still have port open. Brainstorm, Island, Brainstorm. All right, combat, swing. I think I'm actually less inclined to do that. I think I'd rather go Matron into Ringleader. Maybe not. I don't know. I can always play Sling Gang next turn as well. All right, so let's play Goblin Lackey. And then over to them. Upkeep, port your Volk. Had nothing to play. No Murktide either, because they could have played it that turn. All right, combat. Swing, swing. Lackey trigger. Let's just start putting Sling Gangs into play. Sling Gang. Land. I'm assuming this is Delver. I actually don't know for sure, but it looks like Delver. All right, let's just keep porting them. Or if I just play Sling Lieutenant, like they're so far behind, right? All right, never mind. Let's just play Sling Gang. Mountain, cast Sling Gang. Opponent fetches. Gets another Volcanic Island. So we have just a massive army right now. Plains. All right, combat. Attack with everything. Deceiver Exarch. Well, isn't that something? All right, well, they're conceding anyway. All right. So it's Kiki combo? Or it's Splinter Twin? Okay, Blast. I guess if they're using Deceiver Exarch, then Pyrokinesis is good, right? What's bad in this matchup? Crater Maker, Twin Shot, one of the two Sling Gangs. Sharpshooter really doesn't do much if they have a 1/4 and that's it. It's only good if we already have a huge board and Sling Gang Lieutenant or Skirk. One of the two Skirks. Let's just shave a bunch of stuff. This is only relevant if we have Aether Vial on 2 to bounce it, but that might come up. War Marshal. Now let's do that. Submit. All right, this is pretty good. Turn 1, Cavern Lackey. Turn 2, hold port up. Arid Mesa. Cavern, name Goblin. Cast Lackey. Opponent fetches. Volcanic Island, didn't do anything with it though. Plains. Swords to Plowshares the Lackey. Okay. Well, port, play Horde Master. Wasteland. Wasteland our Cavern. Okay. Another Rune Develop. They can daze it here, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right, play a Rune Develop. It resolved. Attack with the Rune Develop. All right, opponent's at 17, pass. Island. So now we're at the stage of the game where, ooh, Pyroblast's a great draw. All right, combat, swing with both. I guess I just hold everything up. All right, port your Plains, I guess. Plateau, all right. Let's go ahead and fetch another Badlands. Go to combat. Swing and swing. I think trying to port them at this point is a losing proposition. Sword's one of them, sure. Let's play Aether Vial and pass. And then I'm gonna just keep holding up Pyroblast. If I don't need to use it, then I'll port them in end step. All right, end step, port the Volcanic. Aether Vial, take up a counter. Ooh, Wasteland, you say. Combat, swing. Let's go ahead and waste the Volcanic and pass. Deceiver Exarch, blast it. Let's tap down this island now. Psycho Lorien revealed in response. All right, gets another Volcanic Island. Thankfully, Aether Vial gets up to 2 counters. Teferi, bouncing Rundvelt, not Aether Vial. This can hit Planeswalkers, right? Take up to 2, land, fetch. Let's grab I guess another bad land. Maybe they're playing back to, no, there's no way they're playing back to basics, right? Grab Snow Mountain. I don't think there's any reason to try to port them anymore, so let's cast Munitions Expert, Force a Will, Hydroblast exiled, sure. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, I guess I will port them. Upkeep, port your Volcanic, plus Teferi. All right, end of turn, Vial, put Horde Master back into play. Trigger, and I'm going to leave it on 2, as long as I have Sting Scourger in hand. Ooh, another Wasteland. Let's blow that up, so they can't ambush me with a Deceiver Exarch. All right. Well, I'm going to play Ringleader because that has haste, so Ringleader. Flashes in Deceiver Exarch. Okay. Targeting the Vial. All right, well, let's Vial in response. Sting Scourger, bounce that, and they bounce Vial back to my hand, unfortunately. Oh, wait, no, they just tap it. They don't bounce it. I was thinking of Teferi. All right, Ringleader. We hit 0 cards. Excellent. Best Ringleader of all time. All right, combat. This attacks Teferi. This attacks them. All right, so they still have Deceiver Exarch. I'm definitely not paying the Echo on this, so no. Trigger the Horde Master. We exiled Bloodstained Mire. All right, take this up to 3. We drew another Vial. So I can't attack with this because they can just Exarch it. So let's go to combat. Deceiver Exarch. Tapping down Ringleader, very well. Second main, play Vial, and then we'll upkeep port the Volcanic. Port Volcanic. Another island. All right. Vials onto the stack. Tick this one up to 2. Do not tick up the other, or tick up to 1. Don't tick up the other one. We drew Matron. All right. What do I want to grab if I Matron right now? Something that kills Exarch off, right? Assuming they don't have a counter spell. Activate Vial. Put Matron into play. Trigger. So let's see. There's Sling Gang. It's probably just got to be Munitions Expert, right? If they have any interaction and I try to Munitions Expert this, then they just like kill Runevelt or something and it doesn't die. Maybe Pile Driver's worth getting. They can't block it. Not playing Mind Goblin, not in this version, no. Alright, let's grab Munitions Expert. And then let's go to combat, swing. So upkeep, we'll port the Volcanic. And then I'll try to Munitions this end step. Alright, cast Munitions Expert. Dress down. Alright. Oh, and it persists because it's on the end step. Pretty whack. And they're going to daze it. Alright. Trigger. Take this one up. Don't take up the other one. Skirk Prospector. Alright, play Skirk Prospector. Then pass. Then the dress down will go away. Alright, port your Volcanic. I smell a Murktide. There's the Murktide. Alright, Vial. Let's take both of these up. Lackey. Activate, sack Lackey. Trigger the Runevelt. We hit nothing. I need to hit something because the Murktide's going to kill us. So, sack Matron. Man, we're just getting absolutely nothing, eh? Sack Ringleader. Nothing. All 3 of them. Nothing. Alright, port your Volcanic. Bona Brainstorms. 3 cards in a row, not 1 Goblin hit. That's also after we Ringleadered and hit nothing the last time, right? Incredible. Fetch. Teferi. Well, I guess let's sack that in response so they don't draw a card. Sack Runevelt. Trigger. Red Blast. Alright, slam in with a Murktide. Aether Vial. No tick up on either. Oh, look, another port. I don't know what we can draw to get us out of this. I already used Sting Scourger, right? Yeah. So we're just dead in 2 hits to Murktide. Alright, upkeep, port both of the Volcanics. Mystic Sanctuary putting Brainstorm on top, which triggers Murktide to become a 9/9. And we've drawn nothing. Alright, so that was awful. I guess if they're running Murktide, then we want a Planar Void. And Pyrokinesis is not as important. So let's get Slinging back in here and Mog War Marshal or Sharpshooter or Skirk. War Marshal. All right, submit. No lands, mulligan. 1 land. These lackeys have to make it. All right, keep. Let's toss Munitions Expert. Land, Goblin Lackey. Opponent, Tundra, Swords, sure. Play another Lackey. Go. Scalding Tarn, fetch. Volcanic Island. Bolt. All right, we lose. Back to them. Psycholorian revealed. Play another Volcanic Island. Aether Vial or keep holding up Blast? I guess Aether Vial. Hard pay for days. Island. The One Ring. Alright, now if we weren't losing before, we're definitely losing now. What the F is this deck? Jeskai Control, but it has Deceiver Exarch in it? Okay. Horde Master. Back to the opponent. Bolt our Horde Master. Exile Goblin Matron. Murktide, 8/8. Alright, Matron. Let's go tutor up Sting Scourger, I guess. And back to them. Yeah, take 8 from the Murktide. We're at 13. Upkeep. They're going to Deceiver Exarch on Cavern of Souls. I guess just blast it then. Force of Will. So then they tap down our Cavern and upkeep. Oh, there's Aether Vial. Over to them. Oh, I've just checked out of this matchup. Alright, they're at 12. Not that that matters. Bolt us. Oh, we're just going to die to Murktide now. Mystic, put Bolt back on top, draw with the ring. Yeah, I gotcha. Alright, on to the 3rd round. We're on the draw for round 3. This is not great, but I guess it's keepable. Scalding Tarn. Well, a turn 1 Aether Vial makes that way better. So, play Aether Vial. Island. Brainstorm. Is this show and tell again? Alright, Vial, tick up. Alright, let's just play... I guess I'm going to go Mog War Marshal, and then in upkeep with its Echo trigger on the stack, put Vial on top of that and Vial in Horde Master. So let's play War Marshal. Opponent fetches. Grabs a mountain. Basic Island, Basic Mountain, Basic Swamp. Okay. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I have no idea what this deck is. So I have to put this, I have to click this first so that for that to be on the bottom, right? So click this, then Aether Vial. Okay. So tick up, and then while that's still on the stack, Vial, put Horde Master into play. Then resolve this. Don't pay. Then it triggers both of these. We exiled War Chief. All right. And then make a 1/1 or a 2/2 now. Well, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Fetch. Badlands. Cast War Chief. Go to combat. Attack with everything except Horde Master. And then Fable trigger. Choosing to discard nothing. Polluted Delta. Kolaghan's Command, kill Runevelt and Aether Vial. So it's Grixis Control? Alright. Opponent fetches. Is Warchief dying off? Yeah, Bolt Warchief. That sucks. Alright, fetch a Badlands, I guess. Cast Matron. Trigger, let's go get Muxus. Or do I just grab Twin Shot Sniper so I guarantee that I can kill this Reflection? Now let's grab Muxus. Play Lackey. Go to combat. Swing with these two. Bolts the Lackey. Then Reflection flips over. Swing with the Shaman token. No blocks. We go to 14. These cost 1 to activate, right? Alright, so let's play Munitions Expert and I guess see if that resolves. Munitions Expert. Hard cast Force of Will? Yeah, hard cast Force of Will. Alright, so let's Sting Scourger the token in that case. Bounce the token. Alright, Reflection, 2 unknown cards. Looks like no action from them. Echo, I'm definitely not paying it. Sheoldred's Edict in my upkeep. Okay, sure. Goblin Matron dies. Let's just play Ringleader. Trigger. 1 creature. These Ringleaders have been sucking. Alright, swing with Ringleader. Opponent goes to 7. Brainstorm. Badlands. Alright, I guess let's just try to kill this. So, Crater Maker. Blow that up. What can they possibly have in response to this? Nimble Obstructionist? Okay. What the F decks are we playing against today? Combat. Attack with Ringleader. Play Lackey. Narset. They bricked, apparently. Alright, and then we won. That was certainly one of the games of all time. Alright, so Grixis Control. Blast, and that's it. Masked Vandal to kill Reflection. Sting Scourger looks like it probably sucks. Mogg Marshal probably looks like it sucks. They have Kolaghan's Command in their main deck, so Vial's a lot worse than normal. Alright, let's go with that. These kind of matchups are awful. Reminds me of playing against Black-White Control Modern. They answer all your stuff, then you just sit there for half an hour. The Eternal Scourge of control decks. Alright, Wasteland Port, Cavern of Souls doubles is fine. Volcanic Island, Ponder, Mountain. Alright, Wasteland. And back to them. Polluted Delta, Fetch, Island, Ponder, Double Port. Alright, Mountain, go. Bloodstained Mire. We drew Goblin Warchief. Alright, time to start porting them. Upkeep, port your island. Swamp. Cavern of Souls, name Goblin. Alright, so start deploying stuff now. So let's do this, this, and this. Matron, let's just go grab Muxus, I guess. Go grab Muxus, and back over to them. Underground Sea. Opponent plays Plague Engineer. Alright, at least we can kill that with Twin Shot Sniper. And I guess since they're running Nimble Obstructionist in their deck, I should do it now. Kill that, then over to them. Upkeep, port your Underground Sea. Opponent floats. Brainstorm. Fetches with Bloodstained Mire. Are they finally going to get a red source? Yeah, alright, there's their red source. Brainstorm. Gotta make sure to fetch on time as well, so that the stupid Obstructionist doesn't counter your fetch land. Sharpshooter. Alright. Bloodstained Mire. God, having to fetch here and then possibly countering it. Alright, let's try. Fetch. Okay, God, they did not counter it. Badlands. Cast Warchief. Cast Sharpshooter. Go to combat. Swing with the Warchief. Opponent fetches. They can even counter Muxus's trigger too. So I actually need to pass turn, then double port their blue lands, and then untap with Muxus. Kolaghan's Command, killing the Warchief and getting back Plague Engineer. Alright, so we will shoot you. Then that resolves, untapping the Sharpshooter. And then over to them, then they play Plague Engineer, we shoot them, and then it dies. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have haste anymore because of Warchief, right. Alright. Well, that goes down. Cavern of Souls, name Goblin. I think the best way for me to be able to win this game is to resolve Muxus. So let's pass over to them and then tap both their blue lands down. Alright, upkeep, tap down Underground Sea, tap down Island. Cycles Lorien revealed. Okay, so they can still go grab an island. So there's no way we can get around their Nimble Obstructionist, unfortunately. So I just have to hope they don't have it. Oh, they're tapping out? Fable. Alright, let's see if Muxus gets us there. We take 2 from Plague Engineer, go to 17. So, uncounterable. Cast Muxus. Trigger. Sheoldred's Edict. Kill it. Sure. We need to hit a Lord. Plus, you've got to be kidding me. We hit 1 card. Okay, give me a moment. Alright. How many times have we bricked in this deck now? We've bricked on Ringleader twice. We've bricked on Runevelt Hordemaster like 4 times in a row. Now Muxus hits 1 card. Amazing. Alright, over to them. Oh, I hit 2 goblins? Oh, I hit Lackey. Okay. I'm surprised you don't get to see and choose. It just puts them all into play automatically. Reveal the top 6, put all goblins. So this is what we hit. All right, Fable. They discarded Shieldred's Edict. All right, swing here. We don't block. So my only out here is I've got to cast Ringleader and then Munitions Expert and kill the Plague Engineer. This makes a 1/1, right? Okay, so... Oh, this can kill it too. All right, cast an Uncounterable Crater Maker. Oh man, if I do it now and they have the stupid Nimble Obstructionist. Okay, well, deal 2 here. God damn it. Okay, Bowmaster? Oh, they're gonna kill this before it grows big enough. Sure. Bowmaster, kill this thing. Plague Engineer die, hopefully. All right, Ringleader. I swear to God, if this Ringleader bricks. All right, Pile Driver Skirk. Go. So then Reflection flips over, and Reflection can start just copying Bowmasters. Lightning Bolt. All right. So a bunch of damage. We go to 9. So we got to have Uncounterable Munitions Expert. So it's probably better to go Sling Gang Munitions. Ooh, another Muxus. All right, so Sling Gang, trigger. Oh my God, they have another Bowmaster. Ugh. Yeah, Skirk. Then we stop on their... No, I guess I don't stop on their upkeep. I got to do it now, right? Munitions Expert. Could have sacked in response to the Bowmaster trigger. Oh, I'm just so out of it right now. Like, can this can sack itself, right? Yeah, I guess it can. Kill Reflection. These are just like, they're the most miserable matchups in the world. It's the control deck that just doesn't actually have a like big bomb win con to win the game. It just takes forever to play the game out. Hydroblast on Skirk. Okay, sure. So now we're probably just going to trade as much as possible here. All right. Block, block, block. All right, we take 3. They lose some of their guys. At least they have 1 card and we're about to Muxus. Cast Muxus. All right, there we go. I guess I'm killing the bigger one. And this thing, I guess, eats a treasure. All right, we won the match. On to round number 4. I ult big Teferi and get rid of all your stuff. Do you actually do any damage to me or have a way to actually win? No? Yeah. Or, like, you know, the control deck will get Teferi up to ult counters and it's like, okay, I can't beat this. Time to concede. Whereas these kinds of decks are, like, just incrementally back and forth forever. And I normally like grindy gameplay, but it's the grindy gameplay where all the threats in their deck are puny, and it's just a bunch of puny threats with a bunch of removal. All right, round 4, we're on the play. This is fine. So let's go Port into Vial. Taiga. Birds of Paradise. What are we playing today, guys? What is happening? All right, always bolt the bird. Channel on this. Pass to them. Plateau. Delighted Halfling. Trigger. Put this up to 2. I guess I'm going to Wasteland plus Port them. So blow up Taiga. Then pass, stop on upkeep, port. All right, Sylvan Library. All right, Vial. Am I putting in War Marshal or... Yeah, I guess War Marshal. It's the same trick as last time. So then upkeep. I probably want to get this to 3. So let's Vial with its ability on the stack. Use the ability, put Runeveldt into play. Then go up a counter. Then don't pay the Echo, which triggers Runeveldt. We exiled Wasteland. Cavern of Souls, named Goblin. I can't actually do anything, so combat, swing with this. And then I guess I port their Savannah, right? Tap Savannah. They're going to get swords in response. So is this like Maverick or like what is this? Library. They took 1 of the cards. Urza's Saga. All right, Aether Vial, go up to 4. All right, let's just start smashing in, I guess. So Matron, use the ability. Let's go grab Pashalik Mons, I think. Yeah, Pashalik Mons, and then pass to them. Red Colorless, Punishing Fire on the Goblin Matron. All right, well, Vial in response. Put Sling Gang into play. Activate, target them. Sack the Matron. Sylvan Library trigger. All right, no extra draws. Urza Saga goes up to 2 counters. Wooded Foothills. Birds of Paradise. Is this like Naya Control? Like, what is this? All right, back over to us. Aether Vial, no tick-ups. So, Pashalik Mons. Immediately resolved, eh? Aether Vial. Put Ringleader into play. Trigger. Take these. So go to combat. Attack with everything except Sling Gang. Opponent fetches. Makes a Construct. Okay. So do we have lethal here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 2 per goblin, right? So we just go activate, target you, sack this, Pashalik Mons, target you. Yeah, we just have lethal, right? Always wield to this. What is happening? Oh, we gain life. So the Punishing Fire triggers. Target, sack this one. Pashalik Mons, target you. And then we deal 4 here, and then we just mop them up. All right. Shoot, target, sack, target. All right. So they're Naya something. Depths, maybe? And we just never saw crop rotation or anything? They're playing a bunch of mana dorks, so I guess Pyrokinesis is good. Masked Vandal for the Urza Sagas. That's it. I guess Void is good to stop them from recouping Punishing Fire. And what's bad? Sting Scourger seems pretty bad. Pile Driver doesn't seem like it's going to be able to attack into them very well. They're not a blue deck. Skirk, War Marshal. All right, let's run that. Would Trash Master have been worth bringing in because they're an Urza Saga deck and I can like sack the token. I can like sack goblins to blow up the tokens. That doesn't seem great. I feel like if we're at the point in the game where they've Saga'd twice to put 2 Constructs into play and then also found another artifact, but maybe it's still good. All right, this is fine. Keep Windswept Heath, fetch Savannah, Birds of Paradise. All right, Wooded Foothills, fetch. They might be playing Wasteland. I don't know. Mountain, cast Goblin Lackey. Go ahead. I want this Pyrokinesis to at least hit 2 things. Windswept Heath, fetch, Taiga. All right, Knight of the Reliquary is a 4/4 at the moment. I just have to kill that, I guess. All right, Port. So let's go Pyrokinesis. We're going to put all 4 damage here, and we're going to exile. What is the worst card in this hand? Is it Skirk? Skirk's really good with Pashalik. So what am I doing? I'm hitting them, and then I'm putting in Pashalik Mons, and then I'm going Skirk, sack itself, kill birds, put a second Lackey into play. So let's get rid of Ringleader. Combat. Swing. All right. Put Pashalik Mons into play. Cast Skirk Prospector. Maybe I want to keep Skirk. Yeah, I only need 1 Lackey, right? So, no, it's way better if I do it next turn, right? Sack itself. This shoots the bird. Then play Lackey. Back to them. Plateau. Collector Oof. All right, they have a blocker. At least we kill it. Wait, they brought in Collector Oof? Okay. Horde Master. Combat. Man, if they have Swords to Plowshares here to kill something, that's really bad for me, but let's just go for it. Yep, there's the swords. What are they swordsing? Swords the Runedvelt. Okay. They're going to block Pashalik Mons. Hoo boy, you have screwed up if you block Pashalik Mons. Okay, yeah, they are blocking Lackey. Nope, not blocking. No, blocking Pashalik Mons. All right. Get ready to hit Muxus. Shoot you. Put Matron into play. Trigger the Matron. Go grab Muxus. Resolve the second Lackey trigger. Put Muxus into play. Ba-boom. Well, yeah, okay. We won the match. On to round number 5. 5th and final round coming up. Last match of the day. Round 5, we are on the play. It's a bit slow but keepable, and the fact that we can port the opponent helps. Obviously, this hand's much better for facing a creature deck, so let's keep. Scalding Tarn, go. Polluted Delta. Ooh, Goblin Lackey. All right, port. Let's just get Lackey out, because we can't even port them because they have a fetch land. Play Lackey. They didn't fetch. Island. Ponder. They chose not to shuffle. Fetch with Delta. Get another island. 2 basic islands. Ponder. Could this be High Tide? It seems suspicious that they would grab 2 basic islands. It's probably not. It's probably some control deck. And they've chosen not to deal with the Lackey either. All right, combat. Swing. Damage. Let's just put Matron into play and go fetch Muxus for next turn. All right, port, and then we'll just port them. All right, port your island. Ancient Tomb. Oh, it's Show and Tell? I guess I'm putting in Muxus, right? Yeah, I guess I'm putting in Muxus. Attracts on their side. Ba-bamf. Are we... Oh, we're 1 short of killing this. And this doesn't have haste. We can't activate Pashalik. Yeah, all right. So then Atraxa triggers. And I also can't channel Twin Shot either. So it's +1 for each other goblin, whether it's attacking or not, right? Yeah. Sneak attack, force, pedal, Lorien revealed. Wait, and no lands? And not omniscience? I'm so confused. All right, Lotus Petal resolves. Man, we're 1 short of killing that. So they can force anything that I play. How do I get this off the table? Anything I play, they just force of will. And it costs 4 mana to activate Pashalik. If I just swing with Muxus, it deals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. So I can swing with Muxus and all the 1/1s, and then if it blocks a 1/1, I sharpshooter it. If it blocks Muxus, then we at least trade and I get to trigger Lackey. I can also Twin Shot Sniper one of my own guys if necessary. Okay, so let's go. I don't see anything else I can do, so yeah. Combat. Attack with everything except for Pashalik and Twin Shot. Or Sharpshooter, rather. Swing. Muxus trigger. Blocking Lackey, so then we go Sharpshooter, shoot this, so they don't gain any life. Then this targets you. This untaps. Then damage. We're 1 short. We're 1 short. I can Twin Shot Sniper and Sharpshooter them, and then we're 1 short. I guess I need... So if I'd played anything pre-combat, they would have just forced it, and then I couldn't use Twin Shot. Alright, well, I can't really do anything, so I guess I just pass, right? Because I go Sharpshooter, discard, they're at 1. I guess if they tap Ancient Tomb, they die. Alright, pass. Of course, they can just attack with Atraxa. So if they just attack with Atraxa, we go to 12, they go to 11. Ponder. Volcanic Island. So then they attack. 12, 11. Muxus doesn't even grow as big now because we have 1 fewer goblins, so it becomes an 8-8. I don't see any reason that I should port them. Alright, just Twin Shot. They're going to Fire Ice these 2. Alright, shoot you. So then that resolves Pashlik Mon's triggers, and they go to 6, but we can't attack into Atraxa anymore. Play Runevilt, they counter it. Play Runevilt. So yeah, force, exiling Lorien revealed. And then if I attack with Muxus, it becomes a 6-6. Although if they block it, Pashlik Mons does kill it. Alright, combat. Swing. Right, they have to block. And then we go to damage. Pashlik Mons, shoot Atraxa. Alright. And then hopefully we don't die to sneak attack. Fetches with Tarn. And there's sneak attack and Emrakul. Alright. So once again, it's like Masked Vandal, all the blast, and then Crater Maker, Twin Shot, Sharpshooter. These guys are slow. How good is Void Mirror? Counters Force of Will, and if they try to Omniscience stuff, then it counters that stuff. They probably only have like 1 Omniscience in their deck though. That makes the Masked Vandal not even very good. Although sometimes they might cast Sneak Attack and then not activate it immediately. So that's where this comes in handy. Alright, run it back. We have no red mana, Moldus. Alright, we have red mana. Keep this Throwaway Munitions Expert. Chuck this away. So Tarn, fetch. So Taiga, Goblin Lackey, Flooded Strand, no play. Alright, and from now on we need to keep Blast open every turn. Combat, swing. Alright, the maximum damage is going to be if we put in Sling Gang. Sling Gang, trigger. And from now on, just hold Blast open. Fetches with Flooded Strand. Gets an island. Cast Brainstorm. Cycles Lorien revealed. Plays another island. Brainstorm. Alright. Go to combat. Swing all. Trigger Lackey. Put the other Lackey in. And then over to them. Lotus Petal. Volcanic Island. Sack the Petal. Alright. Brotherhood's End. Alright, I guess I'm using all of the goblins. Shoot you. Shoot you. Shoot you. Shoot you. And shoot you. Alright. Well, I'm just like never tapping out for this, so I guess I may as well waste their Volcanic Island. Alright, back over to them. So time is not on our side here. Ancient Tomb. Alright, attempt to counter that. And it was successful, huh? Well, we can't do anything, so go over to them. Another Show and Tell. Well, we can't respond to that, so I guess we're going to pick Sting Scourger to bounce whatever it is that they're putting into play, unless it's Omniscience. Alright, Atraxa, bounce Atraxa, but it doesn't really matter. Atraxa, you know, they draw a million cards. Volk, Ponder, Force, Omniscience. Alright, Sting Scourger dies on upkeep. Well, it's a land at least. Go back to them. Mountain. Sneak attack. Alright, we lose. Well, 3-2 with Goblins. I do have to say, amongst the various versions, I think this like grindier D&T version is probably the worst one. I think Aether Vial has been power crept a lot. I don't like how slow it is. I would much rather be playing a version that is playing Chrome Mox and Ancient Tomb with the Sticker Goblin. I especially like versions that have Snoop combo in them, so you can also get out of situations. Like, there's a lot of one-of cards in the list, for example, that aren't very good in a lot of situations, like Twin Shot Sniper, Sharpshooter, Sting Scourger is just awful, Pile Driver, Crater Maker. I don't like Mog War Marshal. I know the point they go with Runevilt. They go with Skirk Prospector. Like, they make a bunch of fodder for the Sling Gang Lieutenant, but there's so many, like, if you don't have that setup, they're just horrible cards on their own. Not enough aggro, not enough stacks. Yeah, exactly. I would rather play a version that doesn't even bother with Port and probably not even Wasteland. It just plays like Ancient Tomb, City of Traders, Chrome Mox, Sticker Goblin, Snoop combo, and just tries to kill your opponent super fast, right? Much rather go with that. Like, as is, it wasn't bad, but I always felt like I could be doing something more powerful. And man, if your opponent disrupts you, it's like so many of the cards are just awful on their own. Like Horde Master, if you don't have other goblins. Mog War Marshal, if you don't have other goblins. Skirk Prospector, if you don't have other goblins. So if you're playing against a deck that's playing removal or they counter your stuff, boy, it's an uphill battle after that. But anyways, that is it for Goblins.